Victorious herself, one of the aircraft carriers that played a glorious part in the battle. Some of her planes are scarred, but the ship's cat's 9 lives are still intact. The first of Paramount's interviews with heroes of the engagement was accorded by a naval airman, Lieutenant Enniver.
Most of us had done plenty of practice attacks. This was the first chance we had of going out and having a crack at the Huns. And we were all very glad that we hit a really good target.
The cruiser Norfolk skillfully shadowed Bismarck throughout the chase and repeatedly hit her with 8-inch salvos. Here, Captain Phillips.
We in the Norfolk were very glad and very proud to be in the fray from start to finish, the only ship in the fleet to have done so. And further, that we were able to take a hand in her final destruction.
The first man of the Norfolk's crew to spot the Bismarck was leading signalman White.
I sighted her on the port bow, and she immediately loosed off at us. My feelings were pretty mixed for a few seconds until I saw the bricks drop about 40 or 50 yards away from the ship's side. And I realized then that although we'd been Bismarck, we were quite unmarked.
The long, low Rodney played a big part in ending Bismarck's career. Back in port, her sailors were busy hauling the giant 16-inch armor piercers aboard, replacing the ones she had fired. What chance had the poor Bismarck's crew with no Anderson shelter either? Blistered paint shows that Rodney's guns got pretty hot. One of the ship's ratings describes the action that raised the temperature.
We was thumping salvo after salvo into her. You could see them hit. By the time we finished, we left her burning from stem to stern. One of her mags must have blown up, and she was sinking.
So, without losing any time, the name Bismarck is added to the battle honors won by ships which have borne the honored name Rodney. The cruiser Dorsetshire gave Bismarck the coup de grace. Admiral Wellwood Maxwell congratulated Captain Martin and his crew on earning that distinction. And so say all of us. Cruisers and battleships raced towards the Bismarck when she was sighted on the last morning. The enemy hoped to escape into Brest. King George V, newest but one of our battleships, led the chase. Bismarck was outmaneuvered but full of fight. Very soon we came within range and Rodney and the King George opened fire. This picture was taken by a naval officer at the height of the action. On the horizon you can see shells from the Bismarck bursting in the water. The enemy could still fire with all her great guns, but her shots fell wide. The last of these actual pictures of the battle shows the Bismarck as smoking ruin. Nearly 100 Germans were saved and brought back to Britain. Most of them were very young. Of the 2,000 who had put to sea in the Bismarck, they were almost the only survivors. They are fortunate to have fallen into the hands of a chivalrous foe. Came the First Lord to convey the Admiralty's congratulations. Mr. Alexander posed between Captain Hamilton and the commander. At the First Lord's request, the assembled ship's company heard that the Admiralty and the whole nation are proud of what they did.
The destruction of the Bismarck, that great and powerful ship, had to be accomplished to be true to the traditions of the British Royal Navy, because in the Navy, I know officers and men know how to avenge the loss of those who are comrades